Hey guys, do you remember Zealots? Back in the day it was one of the best, if not the best money making method in Hypixel Skyblock. But how good are Zealots today? How much money are you getting from it? And is it worth doing? Those are the questions we're trying to answer in this video. But before we dive into this video, if you haven't done already, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as I'm trying to go for YouTube rank so I can do videos full time. Also, I want to say thank you for your feedback on the last video. We hit over 20k views in under 24 hours. Let's see if we can keep up with that. Anyways, let's start with the video. You can find Zealots in the end all the way down in the Dragon's Nest. They have 13k HP and spawn in batches of 16 every 11 seconds. You can see all the spots in the image shown right now. In October 2022, Hypixel also added the Zealot Bruiser hideout. It's an area you can join by going through the portal below the entrance to the Dragon's Nest. You also need Combat 20 to join. In here you can find Zealot Bruisers. They are stronger Zealots with 65k HP. When killing a Zealot or a Zealot Bruiser, you have a chance to spawn a special Zealot, which will definitely drop a summoning eye when killed. And summoning eyes are exactly what we are looking for in this test. Every summoning eye sells for about 900k coins. If you wait until a Diana with pet luck, you can even get about 1 million coins per eye. People place a lot of dragons during pet luck Diana because it increases the chance to get a pet, so the demand increases and therefore the price. Other things that do have a bit of value are crystal fragments. These are used to craft catalysts, a good minion fuel, each selling for about 160k coins by the time of this test. Now that we talked about what Zealots are and where to kill them, let me explain what you have to care about and how I did my test. First, you have a base chance of spawning a special Zealot when killing Zealots or Zealot Bruisers. For normal Zealots, this chance is at 1 in 420. For Bruisers, it's at 1 in 380. You can increase the chance of special Zealots with different perks and things. If you don't kill a Zealot or Bruiser in one hit, you increase your chance by about 11.1%. Since we will always be one-hitting the Zealots, this perk doesn't matter for us. Next up, there is a dry streak system. It basically means, if you didn't get a special Zealot in a while, you increase the chance of getting it by up to 300%. For normal Zealots, the thresholds are 420, 630 and 840 kills. For Bruisers, they are 380, 570 and 760 kills respectively. If you pass the last threshold, you end up with a 1 in 105 chance for special Zealots from normal Zealots, or 1 in 95 chance from Zealot Bruisers. But the perks don't end here. You can also use a legendary or mythic element pet to increase the chances of spawning a special Zealot by another 25%, if the pet is level 100. Furthermore, if your Enderman stay at level 9, you unlock a perk which increases your chance to find rare creatures, like special Zealots, by another 15%. Lastly, we do have the Zealot perk from the Dragon Ascent shop, which gets you another 11.1% on the spawn chance of a special Zealot. But what do these numbers actually mean? Thankfully, the wiki calculates the chances together, so I don't have to do that. If you have all of the perks, you end up with a chance of about 1 in 263 Zealots, or about 1 in 238 Zealot Bruisers to get a special Zealot. I have to admit, I only did my test for 1 hour, because I couldn't handle Zealots any longer. I had to grind 100k of those from a bestiary, now the amount got reduced to 25k. Also, it was one of the least fun things I ever did in Hypixel Skyblock. But after that hour, I was pretty much on course of how many eyes I should have gotten. So while there are some hours in which you end up with more or less eyes than you should get, on average you will get the correct amount. You have multiple ways of grinding Zealots: melee, range or mage. For melee, you run towards the Zealot and, as the name implies, hit it melee with a weapon. The weapon of your choice barely matters, as long as you deal enough damage to kill Zealots in one hit. Even though the perk of higher chances, if you need more than one hit, exists, it's not worth the time you lose. If you can, you should use a Raider's Axe or a Daedalus Axe as the melee weapon of your choice, as you get 20 coins per kill or 35 coins per kill respectively. If you want to approach Zealots in a range way, you have two kinds of options. You could either use explosive arrows or an explosive bow. The Expel bow was meta for Zealots for a while. The other possibility you have is killing them with a short bow, like the Juju or a Terminator, as you can hit Enderman with these weapons. A short bow would be my way of grinding Zealots on range. The last possibility you have is killing them as a mage. You also got different options for this playstyle, mainly the Frozen or Glacier Scythe or a Hyperion. I can imagine there are even more ways to grind them, but I'm trying to focus on the most common ones. If you're deciding on grinding them with a Scythe, you either want to run around in circles, or stand on a pillar, turn in circles and shoot the Scythe bullets towards the Zealots. The way I was doing it was with a Hyperion and my good set of Breeze Aurora. I showed in my flare video how well it performs and how nice it is, and you won't get hit by Zealots, which makes you worry even less about mana. I had all of the perks listed above during my grind, so I used the mythic Enderman as a pet. But now for the important question. How much money did I make during my test? In the hour of me testing, I got 17 crystal fragments, totaling about 2.7 mil coins. I also got about 400k in small items like ender pearls. For summoning eyes, I ended up with 20 in 1 hour of Zealots. 20 eyes totaled to roughly 18 mil coins. Together with the other drops, I ended up with 21 mil coins after 1 hour of Zealots. As explained earlier, this is pretty much on track with the calculations taken from the wiki. But what's my opinion now on Zealots after this test? I have to say, it's an awful method. Keep in mind, I have more or less max gear and still only made a bit more than 20 mil coins per hour. With mining, I get pretty much double the raids, while it's more chill to do. You always have to fight with randoms while doing Zealots, and it annoyed me to such an extent I cancelled the test after 1 hour. Originally, I wanted to test for multiple hours. If you ask me, there are only 3 types of people who should farm Zealots. The first group of people are Ironmen, who game mode tags themselves, so they have to grind the ice since it's their only way of getting dragon loot or especially the pet. The second group of people are high level players, who have to max their bestiary. You shouldn't actively grind bestiary during early and mid game anyways, but especially not Zealots. I will only actively do it once you're level 390 plus. The third and last group are people who record something, for example for a test of Zealots, showing off how bad they actually are. Everyone else grinding Zealots is just wasting the time. The money is way worse than other things, the grind itself isn't fun, you're constantly getting griefed by other people, and you aren't getting anything of it besides bestiary, which you should only do very late into the game. Nonetheless, I still hope you liked the video. If you watched until this point, type banana in the comments. Have a nice Christmas if you celebrate it, and now have fun grinding, and I'll see you in the next one.